Greetings, everyone. This is Rock and Roll Spot coming at you with the weekly comic book roundup. We've gotten decent amount into this week's Marvel and Image Haul. So let's continue on with Amazing Spider-Man number 65, continuing the 8 Deaths of Spider-Man. So where we left off, Spider-Man had been named Earth's champion in the it's a competition between um, the realms of Earth and the realms of Torak, which means that Spider-Man has to deal with the 8 scions of Cytorak. He has, I think, so far made it through 4. Excuse me. Most recently, taking on one of Cytorak's sons, Calyx, and actually managed to defeat Calyx without dying. But, however, now he has to deal with Syra, Calyx's twin sister. So her whole thing is the inevitability of death. That said, the issue opens with Syra explaining that she thinks that the Covenant is a waste of time. Explaining that it is nothing but the echo of 2 egos in collision, the unstoppable and the immovable. She thinks it's stupid and she hates it. As she hates it, she's expected to come to as she puts it, an insignificant rock hurtling around a most average star and engage with the champion of a race of unserious beings and pretend that anything they do here matters. But both her and Spidey lob some amusing insults at Calyx, and in fact they both appreciate each other's insults. And so the challenge begins. But the challenge is not a physical challenge. She has a sphere that Spidey has to not let go of. But the sphere shows only truth. And she has found that truth is unbearable to humans. So Spidey asks how does he win? She says that he won't. And so he rephrases it, if he could win, how would he do it? And she says that he has to hold on until the sphere has nothing left to share. So he takes it. He sees a myriad of scenarios of friends and loved ones dying, starting with Aunt May, these are all possibilities, not definitives. Aunt May dying of the Essex virus. That actually seems that the concept of Sinister basically unleashing a plague on Earth does seem like the kind of thing he'd do. So and She dies of the virus, with her final final wish having been that she could have kissed Peter, and she sees Peter as her son one last time. Next, we get Jackpot killed by a hobgoblin. While on a team up with Spidey. Jameson dying of a brain embolism. Randy Robertson being trampled to death in during a rally meant to address the housing crisis. Shay, Peter's current girlfriend, perhaps ish, getting hit by a drunk driver. Black Cat swinging along in New York when her line snaps. Betty Brant simply dying of old age. Norman Osborn dying of what seems to be dying during a failed experiment. Bailey Briggs, Miles Morales, and the Gwen Stacy of Earth 65 dying in something known as the Cataclysm. And each time, Peter's actually able to see Phil Coulson, Death, claim them. And he tries to stop Coulson from claiming Bailey, Gwen, and Miles, but Coulson says that it's their time, and he's truly sorry. And Coulson actually says, if Peter simply sets down the sphere, well, it won't get better, but he won't have to see this. And seeing various Coulson taking various people, including presumably Cap, but in Coulson does try to be comforting to Peter. And Peter's still holding the sphere when Calix attacks him. Basically saying that, oh hey, thanks for the assist, sister. I'll make sure Dad knows about this. But while Calix is trying to beat Peter into submission, Peter's talking with Coulson. And the challenge ends Peter wins the challenge by managing to continue to hold on to the sphere until it's gone. And then later, after the challenge is over, presumably the next day, Doctor Strange's astral form appears to Peter, saying that Peter needs to redouble his efforts. The trials ahead, which will require skill and imagination. And Peter asks why. You know, why do we do any of it? And that after his experience with the sphere, he feels like all the heroes, their existence is meaningless. Everyone dies, everyone's forgotten. And so because of this, he's going to be the champion. Though Strange says that the covenant must be upheld or the world falls, and the issue ends with Peter simply saying that, let it fall. He doesn't care. Oof, that's, yeah. Good issue, though. Love the Bagley cover, though this issue did mark the inevitability of Ed McGuinness having to step away from his artistic duties on the story because of, well, whatever. But anyways, good issue. Cafu makes for a good fill-in artist, and we'll see how much of the remainder of the Death Spider he ends up drawing. But anyways, moving on though to our next book, we've got actually a book that was supposed to be I should have reviewed a month ago. All New Venom #1. So after Venom War, neither Eddie Brock nor Dylan Brock are Venom. Neither is Flash Thompson, and none of the other symbiote affiliate or adjacent characters are Venom. And so the issue opens on the trial of Whitney Frost, aka Madame Mask, for her part in the gang war. You may remember in last year's gang war crossover, she basically took over the Magia, and until Tombstone deposed her. But the prosecutor refers to her as New York's newest symbiote. It's pointed out that she's not a symbiote. She's and the judge say that the defendant is many things, but an alien from space she is not. Though the prosecutor pointed out that he was being metaphorical. But also, the trial is being televised. And so, in the audience, we got Mayor Luke Cage, as well as Joseph Robbie Robertson, editor of the Daily Bugle, as well as Rick Jones, the new celebrity superhero columnist for the Bugle. But during the trial, an AIM scientist is called to the stand. Dr. Harlan McNeil. His whole thing is body language. However, he's got he has a pair of glasses which are an AIM gadget for teleportation. The Scientist Supreme, or potential, not doesn't identify himself as Scientist Supreme, but Andrew Forson declares himself to be AIM's true one true leader, tries to make a political statement, and with the people, the audience, and the court, but Robbie's able to get out with the help of Rick Jones. Cage takes a swing at Forson and ends up getting thrown out of the building. And Forson then looks to Madame Mask's Cage. She's gone. Having tunneled her way out. And suddenly, though, Venom is there. Takes on Forson, and McNeil explains that he being an expert in body language, it's not Eddie Brock. He goes on to say he's a specialist in superhuman body language and knows every Venom's fighting style. Both Brocks, Gargan, Thompson, Price, if any of them were in that suit, he'd know. And he advised the leader of AIM to act accordingly. Or he would advise the leader accordingly. So, and whoever is the hostess of it has never been seen in it before. But that Venom's appearance actually gets the hostages released. He fights through the AIM beekeepers and makes his escape. And Luke Cage, Rick Jones, and Robbie Robertson return to the court. However, after the day in court, they both start asking questions of themselves. Luke was tossed out of the building. Took him a while to get back in. Robbie told Rick to look for a cop, but Rick returned alone, with Rick saying, "Hey, never a cop around when you need one." And Robbie got stuck in a stairwell. Neither of them can attest to the other's whereabouts. But it's also pointed out, though, that Madame Mask was also gone. So she could be the Venom host just as easily. Afterwards, the issue's epilogue, Jackpot and Mary Jane Watson and her boyfriend and the man in the chair, so to speak, with Jackpot. Well, it seems their relationship's getting a bit rocky. Most recently, they have taken in a homeless child who, needed guidance, a home, and honestly, a loving home would be best. That child's name is Dylan Brock. And he's trying to figure out. He's now trying to figure out who the host of the new Venom is, because he kind of sees it as this Venom host has taken his symbiote and, well, Dylan wants it back. And that is where issue 1 ends. Which brings us to our next book. And our last book for the moment. All New Venom, number 2. So, the issue opens with in Times Square. Venom has is butting heads with the Death Throes, basically a more carnival inspired group of costume criminals, and the oldest running one in New York, and they're holding auditions. But their leader says that he sees 4 options. 1, they could beat him to paste. 2, Venom could beat them. He's only one symbiote, though, and they're the Death Throes. Chances aren't looking good for Venom. They're auditioning to place Oddball, so they've got 3 would-be members all eager to impress. Option 3, Venom can just walk away. It is, and Venom asks why you do that, or why they do that. The fight's pretty public, and Venom is wanted by the law, as are them. So, and they just robbed a bunch of tourist joints, and nobody's scared of goofy jugglers. And of course, there's option 4. Venom joins the Death Throes. They could use a celebrity hire as well. And he goes, option 1 is what happens. The Death Throes and all 3 of the auditionees are beaten. Maybe not so much in the pace, but they're beaten. But one of them basically tosses some bombs to hide their escape, and one of them is a bomb. The rest are duds, and they're made of gunpowder, and the symbiote knows what gunpowder tastes like, so Venom eats the bomb, namely the explosion. And but they're attacked. They're attacked by Scar Squad 1, who are wearing souped-up guardsmen outfits, led by apparently the sister of Spearhead from the last Venom run. And Venom defeats the Scar Squad fairly handily, though he leaves stating Venom leaves stating that they have a meeting across town at the Bugle. Robbie Robertson is late for a meeting. You won't believe how busy the newspaper can get. Now, who's this meeting with? Well, Luke Cage and Rick Jones. And once again, neither can corroborate the other story as to where they've been. But they're all kind of saying they're all making statements that kind of point to maybe each one is Venom. At the at MJ and Paul's place, Dylan overhears Paul and MJ arguing and basically says, just break up already. And she's trying to figure out where Madame Mask is hiding. But Dylan gets sent to his room by Paul on purpose so that he can escape and check out Madame Mask's hideout. And at the hideout in Long Island City, AIM has hired someone to help out the mercenary Chance, who's on loan to AIM because of a gambling debt to Tombstone. Someone named Chance, who's in debt to a mobster. Maybe his luck shouldn't be trusted. But they're checking out the place that is potentially the hideout of Madame Mask, and Venom shows up. Gets blasted through the head by Chance. When Dylan sees this, he says, "So it's not Luke Cage." That is where the issue ends. I'm not sure if that's the "So it's not Luke Cage" is basically commentary for basically meant as commentary for the overall issue, but it might be. It might just be wishful thinking on the part of Dylan. But anyways, that's going to do it for now. As always, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Links to my Facebook, Blue Sky, Instagram, Mastodon, Twitter, Patreon, and PayPal can be found in the description box down below. This is Rock and Roll Spock signing off saying, live long and rock hard.